Whenever you're someone who's that wild and that far beyond where most people are willing to go, you're gonna run into normies.
Well, it's like motherfuckers going to the circuit breaker, man, and they just go in there and start rewiring their brain. They go in and say, like that motherfucker right there with the snorkel and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, man, I got to put this over here.
Yeah.
This circuit needs to be there. That needs to be there. You're totally rewiring how the whole brain works to not feel sorry for yourself,
Yeah.
to ignore pain, to ignore discomfort, to push your place, to push your mind place that people don't even fucking want to talk about. They can't fathom.
And it's what you talk about with knowledge.
Yep.
That's what it is. This is knowledge. It's
You figure it out.
understanding of those feelings.
That's it.
And the only way you understand that those feelings are rare. They don't come up all the time, all day long. You wouldn't be able to deal with them.
All right.
So most people don't know what to do with those feelings. They're not around them enough. But you're around them constantly.
That's right.
Hickson was around them constantly.
Yeah.
It's like get in those and then you learn about them. You get a map of the territory.
That's it. You get a blueprint.
Yeah.
And the second they surface, when you're fucking getting choked out, I've seen so many. See, I love watching fights, man. Cause I see them and I start to say, okay, you're in a bad situation, man. And I see a couple guys getting ready to fucking tap.
Yeah.
And that 1 second decision, I call it. They're thinking, man, I gotta tap. It's like, and you see the hand motion, like I'm about to tap, and it goes somewhere else. Not today, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because I've been here. I've been here before. I can last maybe just one more second, and this 1 second may get me out of this shit. And I see how the mind is evolving in that one moment, that one quick moment. I see that a million thoughts went through their fucking mind, and it didn't tap.
I'm gonna show you an example of that. Brian Ortega versus Alexander Volkanovski. Alexander Volkanovski almost gets tapped out. Volkanovski is the next guy to fight Islam Makhachev, and Islam Makhachev is Khabib's protege.
That's a bad boy.
Alexander Volkanovski is the 145-pound champion. He's going up to 155 to try to fight Makhachev and win the title at that weight. So he fights this guy, Brian Ortega, who is a student of Huron and Henner Gracie.
Got it.
So he's an elite black belt. And he gets Brian Ortega, gets Volkanovski in this guillotine choke, a mounted guillotine choke, which is the nastiest shit ever. And this guy is a fucking strangulation expert, and Volkanovski is stuck.
Here he
Give
is.
me some volume. Give me some volume here.
Oh my goodness, mounted guillotine by Ortega.
He might go to sleep.
There's his mind.
The grip is breaking.
And he got out.
See?
And he got out. He was so close. You hear Paul Felder saying he might go to sleep.
On the mat.
He's going back guillotine.
So he almost catches him here now in a Darce.
Darce choke attempt by T-City. Oh my goodness.
And Volkanovski winds up on top.
That's
and just
so
starts
badass.
and when he
See?
gets on top, he just starts hammering him.
90 to go round 3.
I mean, this fight is one of the best examples. You want to watch this fight, you want to talk about will and warrior spirit. This is one of the best fights ever for both guys. Because Ortega, like, going into the 4th round, you're like, how is this motherfucker surviving? And then he comes out in the 5th round, guns blazing.
See?
Both these guys just drained the fucking gas tank in this fight. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing fight.
Now, what he should have did after that, he should have gone home and wrote that shit out. Because in that moment, if he could even think about it, the knowledge he gained in that moment, priceless.
Where what was happening when you almost tapped?
And I'm not talking about this surface conversation. That's beautiful to me. I study that shit so much. You were in a horrible situation. I know you were like, I got to tap. But if you break that down, really break it down to the smallest molecule possible, your mind went through so many things that allowed you to not tap.
Yeah.
You got to study that, man. That right there is so much. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beauty right there at work.
Yeah,
Beauty at work.
It is, because for that man, I mean, Volkanovski, he walked out of there with his fucking belt, with the victory, the cheers, the roars, the crowd, goes back home. He fucking did it.
It's amazing.
But he almost didn't.
See?
He got to the door of death.
See? It's that 1 second decision.
Yes.
That 1 second decision I talk about in this
Yes.
motherfucker right here.
Yes.
You get there and you want to quit and you don't.
Yeah.
And you end up fucking getting through it, man.